Hello, everybody. So I'm going to be ranking all the Hollies albums, the U.S. albums from worst to best, and let's get right at it. Uh, there are not as many releases as the UK albums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 11 albums, and these are only the exclusive U.S. releases. There is no In the Holly style version, like U.S. versions of that. Uh, there's no Distant Light. Well, there is, but that was worldwide. Basically, anything that the U.S. version like differs. So, starting in at number 11, I'm gonna be putting Clark Hicks, Sylvester, Calvert, and Elliott at number 11. This is my weakest choice because it just isn't the best record they could have made. This actually, I didn't know this even was a U.S. release. I thought this was just a compilation album, but then on Wikipedia I saw it was. Uh, that's a really good song opener. Sandy, that's really good. Uh, Rather than that, Right On's a really good song. Dragging My Heels is good. My Love is really good. Star's really good too. Rather than that, this is just, for Holly standards, this isn't the best you can get from them. Coming in at number 10 is their U.S. debut album, Here I Go Again. And here is the track listing. It shows the track listing there. It shows the UK album cover photo there. Album still opens up with Here I Go Again, really great single. Next track is Stay, which is another, both songs are cover songs. Next track after that is also a cover track, Memphis, or Memphis, Tennessee, written by Chuck Berry. Next track after that is Lucille. It's an alright track. You Better Move On. This is a good track. Talk About You. Really good track. Pretty decent way to end off side one, I'd say. Just One Look. Really good cover. Keep Off That Friend of Mine, written by Tony Hicks and the drummer Bobby Elliott. Really great original. The only original on this album. Much better than the UK original that they had on their UK debut album, Stay With the Hollies, which was Little Lover. Rockin' Robin, another great track. Do You Love Me? Really good track. What Kind of Girl Are You? I don't really like this track. Kind of drags on a little, but it's alright, and ends off on a ballad. It's Only Make Believe. Really good closer actually. Yeah, this is I must say this is a big, well, compared to the UK version, this is a bigger improvement on it. Took off some weaker tracks. Well, it could have taken off What Kind of Girl Are You, because that's like the worst song on the album, but it's whatever. My number 9 spot's gonna go to their 1969 album, The Words and Music by Bob Dylan. Basically, this is just a recover and reissue of their 1969 album, Hollies Sing Hollies. If you want to look it up, you could. Yeah. Yeah, this is just, I'd say, this is a great album. You know, for an album that's filled with just Bob Dylan covers, you would expect a lot less from it, but it's definitely a much bigger surprise. Uh, my favorite tracks would be Just Like a Woman's really good. Uh, when the Ship Comes In is a really good track. This Wheel's on Fire. Blowing in the Wind's a really good one. My Back Pages is really good. Overall, this like I said, for a cover album, it's really good. Coming in at number 8, Hollies, Beat Group, or just the Hollies. Depending on where you get it from, you could call it just the Hollies, like their self-titled album, or or it's just called Beat Group. It doesn't matter. Um, Most of this album is songs from their 1966 album, which I'll be showcasing. What do you believe? Um, Tracks from it would be I Can't Let Go, That's How Strong My Love Is, Oriental Sadness, uh, Don't You Even Care, Hard Year, Take Your Time, Fifi the Flea, and I Take What I Want. Other tracks, which aren't from this album, or from that album, Running Through the Night, which is the B-side to I Can't Let Go, which that's a really good track actually. Uh, Taste of Honey, one of, if probably my favorite version of that song, and Mr. Moonlight. Um, hmm. I Can't Let Go's really great track, one of their best hit singles that they made. Fifi the Flea is a really good song that they wrote. Same with Hard Year. Uh, Oriental Sadness, another great original track by them. Um, Take Your Time, really great Buddy Holly track that they remade. Yeah. Uh, the guy's back here again. If I didn't show it, I'll be showing it, seeing it first time. But yeah, here it is. Um, my number 7 spot's gonna be going to Bus Stop. Uh, Again, this is kind of like what's a good way to describe it? This is kind of like their flowers or their butterfly. Well, not their butterfly. Their 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 magic bus, you could say. Has single tracks such as Bus Stop, Baby That's All, We're Through, Don't Run and Hide, uh, You Know He Did. Great tracks. Um, uh, Candyman, which is the last track from their debut album, Stay with the Hollies. I Am Rock, which is from their album Would You Believe. Sweet Little 16, which is also from this exact same album. Um, Oriental Sadness, they basically reused the same track. I don't know why they did. Mickey's Monkey is on here, really great track. What You Gonna Do About It, which is on the Stay with the Hollies album. So, yeah, the only track, yeah, Little Lover, which is the original track I was talking about. It's an alright track. Same with What You Gonna Do About It. Yeah, that's from their first album. Mickey's Monkey, which is on their third album, Hollies, self-titled. Overall, the mixing on this album's actually, well, it's different. It's definitely different. I will say. Pretty boring back cover, but that's what we expect. Yeah. What number am I on? Coming in at number 5 is Here Here. Uh, really, really good rendition of their third album, which is Hollies. Uh, they took out Mickey's Monkey, and they took out Fortune Teller, which I'm not a big fan of that song, so for the better they took out that song off this album. And they replaced it with two very big singles at the time, I'm Alive and Look Through Any Window. Here's the back cover picture of this is the exact same as their third album, if you ever look into that. And here's the album cover again. Overall, really good album. I'm Alive starts this thing off with strong. Very Last Day, very that song opens up the UK version. I prefer the other. I prefer I'm Alive as an album opener. You Must Believe Me, really good track. Put Yourself in My Place, another amazing track by them. Down the Line, it's an alright track. That's My Desire, one of their best doo-wop covers. Um, Look Through Any Window, I already said it. This is definitely one of their best hits they made. Lottie Miss Claudie, really great rockin' cover. When I Come Home to You, really great guitar parts on this song. So Lonely, really great original, very Birds-esque. I've Been Wrong, one of their best songs they made. Like pre For Certain Because tracks. And Too Many People closes off this album. I will say, if they took out Down the Line and had Mickey's Monkey on it, and they made the track listening a little better, I'd say this would definitely be in my top 3 favorite US Hollies releases. Coming in at number 4, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. This album is basically this album. Hollies sing Hollies. Except they took out Gloria Swan Song and they took out Soldier's Dilemma, but they added in He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. Side 1's basically identical to side 1 on the UK version. Why Didn't You Believe in Him? Very great song. Don't Give Up Easily, really great song written by Tony Hicks. Look at Life, which wasn't written by Tony Hicks but was sung by him. Please Sign Your Letters, really great, like kind of like country-esque track. My Life Is Over With You, one of really great song written by them. Please Let Me Please, my favorite song off the album. Flip over to side 2, Do You Believe in Love? This is already it's a good track, but it's not one of the best tracks they made. Title track, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. I mean, compared to all their other hit singles, this is like my least favorite out of all of them. Like, I don't think they... I mean, I will say this is the weakest track off the album. That's just my opinion. You Love 'Cause You Like It. I love that track. Reflections of a Time Long Past. Written by the bassist, Bernie Calvert. And last but not least, Goodbye Tomorrow. Really great closing track. There you go. Now we're reaching my top 3. Actually, I got the numbers mixed up again. that was supposed to be number 5. Yeah. I think I said number 5. Whatever. Losing count already. My number 4 spot's gonna go to Moving Fingers. Garrett from SoundLab Studios, probably his favorite album cover name, and I don't blame him. Combines two great album names, Moving Pictures and Sticky Fingers, and it kind of fuses into one, even though this album came out before both of them. Um, yeah, so this album is basically the U.S. version of Confessions of a Mind. I would show that album, but I don't own that album. I ordered it and I'm waiting for it to come. I will be doing uh, Hollies album reviews. If you guys, yeah, you guys are probably wondering when I'm ever gonna do a album review, but yeah, once I get all the Hollies albums, I'm gonna be doing all the Hollies albums reviews. Uh, but yeah, the only difference between the U.S. and the U.K. version is that they took out the last two tracks off the Confessions of a Mind album. I forgot the names of them. They always draw a blank to me whenever I think about that album. Separated, and I Want to Shout. Uh, I mean, those two songs aren't that great, so maybe it was for the best that they made those changes. Plus, the album cover is a lot more creative than the UK version. If you ever look that one up, it's just a black cover with the name of the album on it. Not with white text. It's not that amazing. So this, if you ever want to buy the album, I say buy this album because it has better tracks and it has a better album cover. Side one opens up with Survival of the Fittest, which was the last track with Graham Nash as a writer. I think maybe when they teamed up in '83, maybe I don't know. I really like Survival of the Fittest. Very catchy. Opens you up right away with the piano riff. Do 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 dun 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 dun. Grabs you right away. Uh, the title track of the UK version, Confession of a Mind, which was written by Tony Hickson. Oh my gosh, is this an amazing track? You have to listen to it for yourself. If you're a Hollies fan and you never heard the song before, after this video is over, check that song out. Definitely one of their best tracks, both writtenly and musically and vocally, and just this is just one of their perfect songs that they made. Uh, Lady Please, really good track. Little Girl, really great track. Too Young to Be Married, really nice track. Man Without a Heart closes out side one, and oh boy, does it close out really good. Another track you gotta check out. Isn't It Nice opens up side two, and really nice song to open up side two. Frightened Lady, and it's a good song. Marigold's Gloria Swan Song, definitely easily the best song on the album. No, I was mistaking Frightened Lady for a different song. I actually really enjoy Frightened Lady. Perfect Lady Housewife, that's the one I was thinking of. This is the one I'm thinking. It's good. It's not the best. There's a part that does get stuck in your head with the A, B, C, D. That song, maybe it might get stuck in your head. I don't know. It did to me. Gasoline Alley Bread's the second track. Well, Marigold's Glorious Swan Song's the one track, and then the second track that was replaced was Gasoline Alley Bread, which closes out the album and way better of a album closer than the UK version. On the back, it talks about the album. One is inevitably reminded of another excellent vocal group, Sound Dev. Crosby, Stills, is Nash and Young. Is it not that two groups sound alike? Because do not. It is rather the two operate on the same level of taste and talent, the highest level. Thus, it is not surprising to note that CSNY member Graham Nash is indeed former members of the Hollies. Interesting. I might read the rest of this, but not in this video. Um, my number three is the U.S. version of Evolution, and as it says on the album cover, the biggest difference is that it features Carrie Ann. Overall, this is one of my. I'm not gonna tell you where I rank this for my UK albums, but it is also going to be a top 3 album. But yeah, they took off because they took off 3 tracks. They took off Water on the Brain, When Your Lights Turned On, and Leave Me, and one of the tracks that they replaced it with is Carrie Ann, right here. Overall, I felt like this album would have been my number 1 choice for US albums if they would have added some other tracks on it. Say Jennifer Eccles, Open Up Your Eyes, On a Carousel, All the World Is Love. There's just a lot of good choices that they had at the time. They had a lot of great music at the time they could have put on this album for the US version, but they didn't. Side 1 opens up with Carrie Ann, really catchy number. Stop Right There, nice little song. Rain on the Window, one of their really amazing song. Then The Heartaches Begin, really amazing track as well. Opens up the UK version. Ye Old Toffee Shop closes side 1 and it closes it off alrightly. I love the song itself, but the way it closes side 1 is not that good. You Need Love is really good. Heading for a Fall is amazing. Games We Play is also amazing. Love by the Tim is good, and Have You Ever Loved Somebody is really. My only problem with this US version is that the track listing is really horrible. The songs itself are amazing, like the songs that make up the album itself is good. It's just the sequencing is really off compared to the UK version, and it really, to me, it ruins it. If you want to, probably already see it already a bunch of times, but here's the UK version with the superior album cover, I must say. I know they're identical, but I will say they did butcher the cover a lot. Like, this version of the album cover is, they cropped the image. They changed it to bubble text. They basically ruined the album cover. I'm not crazy about that. But what are you gonna do? Whew. Number 2. King Midas in Reverse or Dear Eloise. Dear Eloise opens up the album perfectly. Wish You a Wish is a really good song. Charlie and Fred, another great track. Butterfly, really good. Leave Me, which is off the Evolution album, but was placed here. Really good. Postcard, which completely different sounding mix. Really, like, listening to that mix compared to the UK mix is very different. Same with this album, actually. This album has a somewhat different, has a different mix to it. And it's cool, actually. But it's nothing I would prefer over the UK version. King Midas in Reverse. One off, if not my favorite Hollies track they ever made. Uh, I don't understand why this song didn't become a hit single, but you know, what do I know about the pop industry? Would you believe? Another great track. Away, 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 really good. Maker's really good, and Step Inside, really great track. The only tracks I could imagine as your knees doesn't have Pegasus, which that hurts because that's another one of the best tracks they ever made. Plus, it has Sony Hicks on lead vocals. Um, doesn't have Try It or Elevated Observations. Like, yeah, they basically they took out quite a bit of tracks on this. I do prefer the album cover though, but that's about it. This it's not as like the track listing's a lot better than the U.S. Evolution, but I'm still not crazy about the track listing. Like again, like the album itself is really good. All the tracks are amazing. It's just the track listing is just not that spectacular. Plus the stuff that they chose to cut out was not the best. Now for my number one choice. You might call me biased because this is it's basically a UK album, but like with a different album cover. But I'm gonna go with Stop 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 as my favorite US Hollies album. Definitely the best album cover too. I will say the back cover again, a lot of imagination to be put into this one, but the track listing well makes over for it. It's basically the UK version of. It's basically. I'll show you. It's basically this album, but it's basically this album, but with a different album cover. Uh, What's Wrong with the Way I Live? Really great. Pay You Back with Interest. I I've never liked that track, and I still haven't really enjoyed that track thoroughly. Maybe someday in the future I might really enjoy that track. Tell Me My Face is really great. Clown is amazing. Suspicious Look in Your Eyes is the best track on the album. It's You is great. High Class, really great arrangements. Peculiar Situations, really good. What Went Wrong. Tom Jones esque. Crusader, really good. Don't even think about changing. It's good. And the famous title track, Stop Stop Stop. Uh, Overall, this just definitely just an amazing album overall. And otherwise, I put it at number one. But I'm glad to do a ranking video. See you next time, and most likely my next review will be the Hollies debut album. Stay with the Hollies. That'll be it. Bye.